Resolve. College athletes should be paid. Imagine being the quarterback for the Iowa Hawkeyes. The only catch is you can't be C.J. Beathard, the star quarterback who always plays the whole game. Rather, you're an average player who is rotated out in high school and doesn't play at college level. Beathard has a scholarship and you don't. His education is paid for and yours isn't. His equipment cost is now nothing and yours is not. The starters like C.J. Beathard have a sense of financial ease to get themselves through college and the sport without any problems. However, athletes who do not have scholarships, the average athletes, make the team, but they don't get to play as often, nor do they receive any money back for the time they put in. All college athletes should be paid for playing their sport. They do not have time for jobs because they're too busy playing the sport. The athletes won't be tempted to take legal bribes, and lastly, the coaches are making money from the players playing the sport. First reason that athletes should be paid is college athletes are used for a sport and nothing is being given in return. Players are giving up their time for the sport and not getting a job. Athletes are putting more time into practice and playing the sport instead of working morning or night shifts. According to college athletes, they say that they are wanting the college to change the time of their sport because they're putting more time into learning the sport than focusing on working for a job. Athletes are struggling to make money because the sport is taking time out of to find a job and work. Therefore, these athletes are not getting by college without any money. According to the NCAA, the majority of college athletes say there are little difference between off and playing seasons, therefore leaving no time for working at a daily job. Athletes are struggling to find a job and time for other things. College athletes are not making enough money and they're stuck in a loophole and they're stuck there forever until graduation. Another reason why college athletes should be paid, many college athletes get scholarships so they can go to school and get an education at the same time. This is always seen as a great opportunity for college athletes. The one thing that these athletes don't think about is how much money they're making their school and the coaches and the other companies that affiliate themselves with the sport. The NCAA has a net worth of $627 million. Most college presidents make up upwards of $1 million a year. The average scholarship is $20,000 or more. That is not even a percentage of a point what the people are earning off these athletes. Others argue that the athletes are producing revenue for not only the schools, which gives students scholarships, but also for more shoe companies, television networks, and the conference in which these schools belong. The athletes are making millions and millions of dollars for other companies like Nike, Reebok, Adidas, and almost any other television broadcasting network. So they're making millions for others and getting nothing in return, which isn't fair. The last reason why college athletes should be paid is because the athletes and big corporations like the NCAA are getting paid, but the athletes are playing the sport, and so do not the athletes should be paid. People watch the NCAA all the time, and the corporation and the schools are getting money to broadcast the sport so the viewers can watch. Does it make sense for an academic institution to run a multi-million-dollar entertainment business based on the books? Should college athletes be paid? The truth is that a full scholarship does not entirely pay for the tuition and the cost of living. Still, some of these student athletes do not qualify for loans, so there is still a gap between the money and the total cost of attendance.
My opponent may say that Division I, that all athletes should be paid, but I disagree with that statement. Because if we pay all the athletes, then where's that money coming from? We just don't have the money to freely pay all athletes. Then to solve that problem, we say, oh, we can only pay Division I or Division II. Then the other athletes that don't get paid want that money in return, and they'll feel just ripped off. My opponent may say college athletes should be paid because they put a lot of time into their sport, and I agree with that statement, except that they spend so much time in their sport, they don't put enough focus into academics. Therefore, college athletes should not be paid because they don't need another reason to put more focus into sports.
My favorite player is the best shooter of all time. The MVP of the 2014-2015 NBA season was Stephen Curry. I adore everything about him except that we have differing opinions on the controversial issue of whether college athletes should be compensated. College athletes should not get paid. Here are two reasons why Number one, college athletes are already getting paid through scholarships. Number two, it does not prepare them for their future job if not drafted to a professional sport. The first reason why college athletes should not get paid for participating in sports is because they already get scholarships and other benefits for playing. According to Doug Allen, a professor at Penn State University, his ideas include covering athletes' full cost of attendance, including travel to and from their homes, and giving a 4-year scholarship that can't be taken away if their athletic performance falters. This is significant because if the athletes get scholarships and a reimbursement, they don't need the extra money to help aid a scholarship. If they need the extra money, they should get an actual job. The second reason why college athletes should not get paid, it does not prepare them for a future job if not drafted to professional sport. College athletes are in college to get a degree and get fully prepared for their jobs, not focusing on all their time on college sports. Introducing compensation into the NCAA will ensure that college athletes will be prepared for their future jobs. For example, consider the story from former Gator player Matt Allen. He was earning a seven-figure salary in the NFL, but still returned to the university to complete his degree. Matt seemed to understand that his NFL career would be short-lived, so he returned to college so he could finish off his degree. Therefore, he would not have the possibility of getting an actual job after his NFL career was over. Even though Matt made it in the NFL, most players do not. Only 1.6% of NCAA football players make it pro, 1.2% of men's basketball players, and 0.9% of women's basketball players. The fact is that introducing salary into the NCAA will make the players focus all their time on their sport. When they do focus their time on the source of income more than their academics, they will be unprepared for the future jobs if they don't hit big. In addition, Kevin Lennon, Vice President of Division I Governance of the NCAA, said, "We know degree completion will best serve them in the long run." He knows that if we start paying college athletes, they won't take full advantage of the educational opportunities that are presented to the scholarship student athletes. In conclusion, college athletes should not be paid for participating in sports if compensation is put on the table. It will prepare the college students for future after sports. All in all, college athletes should not get paid because they already get scholarships, and it does not prepare the college students for a future job if not drafted to a professional sport.
My opponent may say that college athletes should not be paid because they are already receiving a scholarship from their school. Me and my teammates disagree because these athletes have more expenses than just textbooks and college courses. If a student eats one pizza a week off campus, they will have spent $2,000 of pizza by the time they graduate from a 4-year program. These athletes oftentimes get a scholarship that doesn't have a meal plan. These meal plans can cost up to thousands of dollars. Also, these athletes just have everyday expenses like clothing, gas, and food. Because of this, athletes and college students in general have a large bill that comes from things that they need to live. These athletes that try and balance school, their sport, and a social life do not have time for a job. This makes it very hard for them to afford regular expenses without taking money from their scholarship. A lot of time, that scholarship doesn't cover the full cost of their school expenses either. Now, if they did not have to practice for their sport 30 hours a week, they would have time for a job and start earning money to pay off some of their bills. "I don't need to be in the gym 6 days a week in June to stay in shape," says Soon Agwook. Or if they were paid to play their sport, they wouldn't have to worry about the bill that they are going to see when they leave college. Therefore, college athletes should be paid because their scholarships do not cover the full expense of college. My opponent may also say that college athletes should not be paid because they are not exploited or used. But we disagree because college athletes do not always get to choose what or how much they do for their sport. Many college athletes are controlled by sports supervisors and coaches like puppets, having to practice for sports in school up to 40 hours a week. To many, that is like a full-time job. People argue that college athletes should have good time management skills because they are always doing multiple things at once. But when it comes to schoolwork, they need quality to get a good grade. Without time, they cannot achieve that. In essence, these athletes need 30 hours in a day to complete all of their tasks, but they get 24, and work will build up very quickly when juggling sports and school. This just shows that college students do get exploited by their coaches, surrounding media, and sports apparel stores.